I think our start, kind of jumping on Providence like we did had a big impact because obviously they've lost a number of guys. They don't have a lot of depth, so when you get a lead like that, it's tough for them to play from behind. It kind of all fell into place for us. That's not, I guarantee it won't be like that when we go at Providence, I promise you. So we'll take it. I think it's just a key to jump on, get out to a big lead early, and when we do have good depth, and it's just tough for them to play from behind. But Dylan gives great energy off the bench, and Darren's just such a consistent, Villanova basketball player for us, whether it's defense, rebound, being aggressive, attacking the rim, hitting threes. He just brings it every night. He's at the top of our press. Just really proud of him.
Jay, you guys forced 12 turnovers in that first half, second of the game. How much, from your vantage point, how much did it seem like your press was bothering them?
Yeah, that's why I said when it worked early and we got a big lead, then the rest of it kind of played into our hands because I said they're bigger and they want to get into the half court. But then when they're down, they gotta play faster. So it kind of that start made a big difference in that game.
Jay, Coach Cooley said you guys are playing this while you're beating the Globetrotters. Anything you want to say about that?
Yeah, I want to say when he looks this good, he could be on the cover of GQ. He's looking so good right now. We did play well tonight. We had some really good practices coming back from Butler. We felt like in the Butler game we played with a lot of heart, but there was a lot of things we didn't do well. So it's easier to coach guys after a win, after a close win, when you could have lost the game. So I thought our guys really put in 2 hard days of practice, and then we went a little bit easier yesterday, but I thought we really improved defensively in the last 3 days.
Jay, you only played Dylan 5 minutes against Butler, and tonight you had a regular part of the rotation, played well. Was there a problem against Butler? Or?
No, just, Dylan's, of all people, last year, he had to run the other team stuff every day, and he really didn't get, if we made a mistake, it was probably not having him run our stuff. And then when he came back, he breaks his hand, so he's out for 5-6 weeks. And there was just little things where he's still learning. He's going to be a lot better. Trust me, guys. This guy's going to be a really good player. But there's little things, and in that tight game, we just felt like, what, he's, we might need him, but the way it turned out, we didn't. But we want to get him in there as much as possible. He's a great player.
So should we expect like a split of minutes from the point guard position and from the off guard position? Like, how would you fit him in?
The good thing for us is we play 4 perimeter guys, so it doesn't matter. Like tonight, we played with the 1, 2, and the 3. We had 3 and 4, didn't we? But we could. So he did. He played all 3 spots tonight. That's the good thing about our guys. They're versatile.
Jay, how much easier does it make everything when the shots are falling?
Yeah, I mean, against Syracuse, they were not falling. We had a lot of good shots we didn't make. When you shoot a lot of threes like that, you're going to have some nights where you look really good. You're going to have some nights where you look really bad. And those nights where you look really bad, you got to find other ways. We actually didn't shoot the ball great against Butler, and Javon inside was really effective, and Darren was really driving the ball well, but we really didn't shoot the ball great. So you're right. When we shoot it like that, everything's going to look good.
Talk about your 3-point shooting tonight.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, what were we? 14 for 26. I mean, we can do that. It's not a surprise, Even Chris, you could argue on our team, Chris Jenkins is our best 3-point shooter, right, guys? When we shoot shooting drills, he's one of our best. He goes 1 for 5. So we have shooters, but if you do that a lot, there's gonna be some nights where you don't look good.
Yeah, so how's your head? To go a little bit of a knot there.
It's fine now.
Yeah.
I did a lot of rehab with the trainer.
Rehab on your head?
Your head.
Oh, my head. I just my head. I know it's fine. When I got hit, shook me up a little bit, but, you know, I'm feeling okay. I got back up, and that's fine.
Jay, what
And it
about,
didn't seem, I'm sorry, it didn't seem to bother you tonight, but how do you feel in general playing these different roles, different minutes every game? Is it any bit of an adjustment for you?
No, not at all, because, you know, our coaches tell us, you know, we got to be ready, you know, no matter what game we're playing, you know, no matter what the score, where we're at. So, you know, I'm just always trying to be ready for my team, and, you know, I think all our players do that as well.
Jay, you guys had arguably the strongest, non-conference main team in the Big East. Now you guys are 2-0. Do you feel like you guys are the favorite in the conference at this point? Do you feel like you are playing with a target on your backs now?
We really don't think about that at all, and everything you said is correct, but we try not to even think about those things, talk about those things. Like we'll talk tomorrow, we'll learn from this game, and we'll talk about Seton Hall. And that's a challenge, because everyone else is going to talk about what you just alluded to, which is what you guys are supposed to do that, you know. But we're supposed to get better, because everybody, if people are looking at us as the target, they're going to get better, you know, chasing us. So we have to get better. We got to get better every day.
Jay, you talked all year about your depth. Is it almost, is it a pleasant dilemma? You've got so many guys that you want to try to get everybody the right amount of minutes every night?
Well, what's really pleasant about it is it's not a dilemma. Like sometimes it is, but just as Dylan said, and you know, Joe mentioned, you know, he played 5 minutes against Butler. He's fine. Like, he knows his spot in our program. He knows there's great promise for him. There's great expectations from him, and he's going through a process, and he's fine with it. If he wasn't, there would be a dilemma. Then you got Tony Chenal, who comes in and gets just great minutes against Butler. Just little things that they were doing in the second half. I didn't think we needed him as much. Today, he came in that first half. We were playing okay, but he gave us a great spark. And then he'll take whatever minutes you give him as a senior. So that could be a dilemma, but it's not. And that's why it is really pleasant to have this depth and the kind of character we have with these guys.
Jay, is there any update on Arch? He seemed to be really good after that fall.
I think he was all right, because, you know, like football, like you saw the Eagles last night, if our trainer looks at him and there's any issue with his eyes or anything, they're not going to let us put him back in. So he went back in after that, which means I know our trainer would not ever let anybody go back in.
Jaron, could you talk about what it looks like when the shots are falling and how it increases the confidence of you and the team?
Obviously, it's good for us when our shots are falling, but we don't really pride ourselves in making shots. It's all about defense and rebounding. That's what we come into games thinking about. That's what we pride ourselves on, like I just said. But when shots are falling, that's when it's kind of easier for us. We just pride ourselves on getting stops and rebounding the ball every night.
Jay, you talked about the start of the game, getting out to that big lead. Were you pleased with the effort defensively? And do you think that's what allowed you to get out there? Besides the other shots falling, obviously.
Yeah, well, we got some easy shots early off our defense. We created some turnovers, you know, and you know, we won't do that again to this team. But this team has played in 2 overtime games. All their games have been close games, and they've won a lot of them. You know, because of their lack of depth, of any team that's going to get down like that, they're not going to be able to come back. There's not going to have enough bodies, you know. There's other teams that you could get up on like that might not affect as much because they got more depth, they got more guards. But this team is, I think, executes in the half court as well as anybody in our conference. Really good. So getting that big lead made them have to. They had to play faster to catch up. That's not their style, you know. And so it kind of fell into place today.
Jay, after a win like this, how do you, like through the week, looking towards Seton Hall and the other games, how do you keep your guys even keel? How do you keep them level headed?
Well, the good thing is we play Wednesday, and you know, we'll get in here tomorrow. We'll learn from this game, and we'll start preparing for Seton Hall. So and then we go at St. John's. So when they come back to back like this, of course, that's what players love, you know, because you can't have long practices. I liked it after Butler. We had long practices in between Butler and this. It was fun for the coaches. But and we'll try to explain to them it worked. You know, we made improvement.
Jay, worried that this group maybe lives too much from the perimeter, or was that just the nature of having so many
I think it's going to be the
players?
nature of this team. I really do. That's what I say. We're going to have some ugly nights, you know. We know that. And we're going to, you know, Syracuse was one of them. Syracuse was one of them. Like, we went in there against that zone thinking, you know, we're going to shoot our threes. We shoot threes, and, you know, we can beat them. We have confidence.
But you're also up 18, too.
Yeah,
Early.
yeah. And that's what gets us there. And you know, we do have to mix it up. We got to mix it up. And we did a decent job. Like Javon, you know, had 19 tonight. That's the inside game, you know. But we did not do that against Syracuse. We did not mix it up.
Javon's 14 points away from 1,000. What's his season look like to you? Like, how much impact does he have?
He just keeps getting better and better, you know, as a player, and most importantly, as a young man. He's almost becoming a leader. And if you know where he came from, that in terms of where he was as a freshman to thinking this guy could be a leader, that's what we're most proud of, and that's helping his game. But he's been really consistent. Only one turnover tonight. He's really been playing well defensively. 7 rebounds. He's really becoming a complete player. He's still got a long way to go. He can get a lot better.
Was it just a typical off night for James Bell?
Well, he hit 2 fouls. You know, I can't even say off because when he was in there, he made shots. He didn't get on the floor. He just had every bad break. Even his 5th foul, he was like, he wants to keep trying to get out of the way. It's just one of those nights. And you know what? He's again talking about the dilemma. He's fine. Next game, he's an amazing kid.
He's been fouling out pretty frequently the last few games. Any
Yeah,
reason for that, or-
he's our best defensive player and probably our best rebounder. So he's in the mix on every play. You know, tonight was unusual, but he's as physical and tough as anybody we've got. And we love him. He's our leader, and he sets the tone for this team every day in practice, every game, warm-ups. He's our leader. Thank you, guys.